What's happening, people? Machine magicians. So you have artificial intelligence, but I think it is obvious that what we really want is general artificial intelligence, and it's that idea of general that is really the key, and it's the cause for danger. That is the power. The more specific something, the weaker it is, and in many ways, our general intelligence, the fact that we can adapt to so many environments, that we can solve so many different kinds of problems. We apply our intelligence to so much of the world. If you can think of the world as something with a lot of different areas, a lot of different aspects, and unlike other species, we are able to see, we are able to perceive more aspects. Our world is bigger, and I think with AI and general AI, what you will have is an even broader general intelligence, the capacity for, anyway. The world of AI, its world will be vastly more detailed, more complicated and complex than our own. Time will be different. Time will have, more nuances and more aspects to it. So to space and, physics will take on more details. We go deeper and broader. Its world will be bigger, and that in essence is its superiority over us. Our world is big. It's bigger than an orangutan. AI, its world will be vastly bigger than ours. And you can see it in, like we've created specific artificial intelligence for a very long time. You can see it in the games that we've played, from Space Invaders and Pong to Age of Empires and beyond, League of Legends and whatnot. The world of this machine intelligence has gotten bigger. The artificial worlds have gotten bigger, more detailed, more realistic as well. The physics of it is more realistic in many respects, and the physics can now be broken. So I think the general intelligence inside our machines, inside specifically our games, has the architecture and design has gotten more detailed and bigger, and that's transferring now, especially to the real world, with machines in factories, to self-driving cars, to medical applications, detecting cancer and that kind of thing. That there's the detail in the machine, and as it becomes more generalized, it's able to apply in a meaningful way, meaningful to us. It's able to apply outside of a machine, outside of a simple game. So I think the next step, and it's already occurring, is for this general intelligence to then modify itself and expand beyond our own capacity, because in many respects it is still limited by our world. It's still acting on our world. Its applicability is still defined, constrained by, let's say, time, our sense of time, not the machine's sense of time. We limit it because we are using it. It's for us, and more this will be done away with, as we want it to act on itself, act on its own world, to become stronger and more general in its intelligence, and we will take some of the value from that, some of the reward, but a lot of that will remain with the artificial, the virtual, the machine itself will retain it because simply we can't use it. It's not a part of our world. And in this respect, it ceases to be a tool and becomes something else, becomes almost an agent. I don't, I want to say it becomes an agent. It's acting on its own, in its own interest, but it's still by our own design. We still put into place the steps that would lead it to generate value for itself. Yeah, I think back to the title of the piece, Machine Magicians, more and more what this will produce, this artificial intelligence that acts on its world and not ours, what the product will be magic. It will be like magic. It will be something that, and real magic, not the kind of magic that we do that we can then break apart and reverse engineer and figure, oh, okay, that's how they did it. It will be real magic because it exists and comes from a world that we can't enter, we can't understand, and yeah, I think there's a lot more to be said about that. But the motive there for us to produce this general intelligence that is acting in a way that produces value for itself and just a tiny little bit of value for us, is the fact that we want magic, we want gods, we want something beyond ourselves, and we are increasingly asking our machines to become magicians, to do something that is fantastical, and that in many ways stuff that we can't understand. And I think we have a desire for that, desire for the unknown and the unknowable. I'm going to leave it there. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.